We see that the People's National Party is standing up for the rights of Jamaican people. We see that the People's National Party is a lone voice in the wilderness, but we are standing up firm against a corrupt society. We are standing firm against the civil society who have risen up and opened their mouth, except to the lone voice, Daniel Archer. And we are standing firm against the high cost of living. We are standing firm against crime. We are standing firm against injustices. We are standing firm and we are holding strong. We understand the struggle that you are going through. We see the pain and we know that the struggle is real. But I'm saying to you, comrades, continue to hold the banner high, because the longer this government wait, is the more things get worse and it better and it's worse after the labor rights. So stand firm, regardless of what you are going through, regardless of the temptation. They will come with the money, they will come. But I say to you, yield not to temptation, and hold on a little longer, because about your children's, think about your children's future, think about yourself. The standard of living, are your life better off now than 8 years ago? And I say to you, comrade, stand firm.
We are fighting for a common standard. Our country is trying to sabotage. Yeah. Every day, my poor brothers, our pregnant mothers, they died innocent. We are one family. Stand against our enemies. They're spreading propaganda. They want to destroy us. Their only intention is to separate us.
Stand firm, comrades. Those who in the car industry, the BPO industry, those who in the tourism sector, I bear your call and I hear your voice and I hear your cry. And I say to you, I salute you. You doesn't have a union representative, but it doesn't make up your mind. And no matter what cause it is, you are standing firm, and stand firm for what you believe in. Stand firm against a dictator government. Stand firm against a government who's manipulating and playing with the numbers, telling our people's lies that crime is down. We are stand firm against dictatorship and deceitfulness. Stand firm, comrades. We hear you and we understand. And I say to you, we are only months away, and sooner or later they can hold us for how long, but how far. Stand firm.
Against colonialism, against imperialism. Yeah. We are stepping into progress. We are stepping together. We are stepping for influence. We are stepping all violence. Marcus can if I get for the same cause. Fight them for the same cause. Oh, Lord, If I get to the finish, oh, John, really a bit for freedom. We are stepping, we are stepping, stepping progress. We are stepping, we are stepping. We are now stepping, we are stepping again. For it into it. We are stepping, we are stepping again. We are stepping.
Good night again, my people. Good night again, comrades. We are continue to fight the fight. We will continue to be the standard bearer, to be the warriors, to be the educators of this noble and this humble organization, which is the People's National Party. We continue to be even the lone voice in the wilderness, to speak from the rights of behalf of our people. We are up against a corrupt government. We are up against a corrupt and hypocritical society. Even the church that this man, Andrew Holness, who have put up and persecuted, they are silent. Because everybody are complicit and a nyama food. Those church leaders who normally once vocal, they are silent. The ever vocal Jamaican for Justice, when last year are. Look what is happening to our youngsters. Look what is happening to each and every one of them. We have a minister who go out there and instruct the police, then tell them to kill and ask questions because they have a failed state. And instead of wearing body camera so we can have a transparency on both sides in terms of giving account as to what is happening. We have a minister who said the camera don't make sense, and at the same time the prime minister said he might invest. Who is in charge? The deputy prime minister said the camera don't make no sense, and the prime minister said I'm going to buy. They lied. And tonight we're going to talk about a sad day. Sad day for the Keith Clark family. Sad day for Nigel Clark and his uncle. Sad day for Mary Clark. Sad day for Clark and all the Clark family. Because in 2010, Keith Clark did nothing but carrying out his work as an accountant. And you know when you're working, you're not seeing through party line or party color. You're there to do your job and to do what you do best. And this Jamaica Labour Party government, led by Bruce Colin, he knows very well that the United States was up to extradite Dudos. And he knows very well that Christopher Dudos Coke was not at Cleek Clark House in Chancery Hill. And they went up there and they analyzed the man 20-odd shot in a where shot. And the system of justice, it is so elusive that when the soldiers them testify today, it tell you none of them could be identified. And it is a sad, sad day. Can't get justice. Said can be said about Maria Deans. And the saddest part of it is that those two cases are publicly known. But what about those other hundreds of Jamaican youths who's unalive by the security force? We're not sanctioning criminal intent, but the law says you must operate within a certain structure. Over the weekend, Look what happened in East Kingston. 3 young men is no longer among us. And it was all captured on camera that those young men were brutally and slain in cold blood. And we have a government who is trying to trick our people into believe that we are living in a peaceful society and that we are living in fairyland, and Jamaica is the place to live, to work, and to raise family, and we are quiet and we are decent. And it is no longer so. We have government who have failed us, who has promised us in 2010, in 2016, that we can sleep with our windows and door open, and when it touches crime, it's only the Jamaica Labour Party government know how to fix it. And then after, what happened? They start to blame crime. They start to blame the PMP-ism and all sort of thing. Hmm?
In your yard. You want to give the father and leave and let you do home. And wake up in the morning and feel the mistake of putting in the bill. So the Labour Party makes another commitment to you. Unlike the PNP, who say nothing can be done about crime, the Labour Party don't share that. We believe that there is a lot that we can do to solve crime in this country. There is a lot that we can do to bring down murders in this country. There is a lot that we can do to make you safer in your house and in public spaces. It is not.
So I'm saying to you, Mr. Prime Minister, what went wrong? What went wrong? You have been there for 9 years, 8 years exactly. And the security minister has been around for the same amount of time. And you have promised the Jamaican people that we can be able to walk comfortably, sleep with our windows and our doors open. And up to 2017, we were given the true figure by the police force in terms of the stats. And for that year alone, murders were 1,726. And in 2018, you bring in a commissioner of police from the army, Major General Anthony Anderson. And from that man come to power as commissioner of police. The numbers from the stats from the police have been manipulated. And all you can hear is that murders are going down. Murders are going down. And what is the implementation strategy? States of emergency and SOE, one after the other. The PNP was very supportive. At first it worked. But after a while, just like any antidote, when you keep using antibiotics for every little thing, and your body becomes immune, it is ineffective. So you can no longer take the antidote for when the real ailment comes, because your body becomes immune. And that is what happened under the state of emergency, because we are up against an organized set of criminals. They know very well that when the police or soldiers stationed here under the guise of state of emergency, they can't move. So what happened? A few change up the road, somebody unalive, and you have state of emergency on top of state of emergency. So the People's National Party said, no way. You can't use this thing too much as a tool. You come and you get the most money as a commissioner of police. At the time, I think you were getting more money than the prime minister. 19 million for the whole year. And what he came there with, nothing. And they cried. State of emergency and this and that and all sort of thing. And the PMP had to take them to court. Because at the end of the state of emergency, there is no result, there is nothing to recover from it. How can you say that murder is done when you don't have enough evidence to support it? You have a cleared up rate. What you call cleared up rate? When you have no conviction, get up and charge somebody and last them in the system. No conviction. Some of the people, then you last them, then get locked up in a central Kingston and end up a Montego Bay. Family forgot about them and the last in the system. Is that your call cleared up? But because you want to trample on the rights of the Jamaican people to use state of emergency so you can be able to suppress decent law-abiding citizens who are going about their business, and the small little corner shop and the little bar will keep the community active, you lock it down, while KFC and Burger King and all of those big business can allow to open until regular hours. And we have a leader who have said, no way. This can't work and we will not support it. And you have been there for 8 years. The Minister of National Security has been here also for 8 years. And all that man do, I talk about state of emergency and going to parliament, go sleep, while our brothers and our sisters have been slaughtered. Never in the history have I seen so many mass shooting in 1 year. 4, 5, 6, 7 and counting. And the amount of people were 1, 1 and 2, 2 across the island don't count in a hit. And the corrupt media no longer report on crime. If you listen to TVJ News, if you listen to CVM, and the only little source you may get something from is the Gleaner, even though the RJR group is a part of the same group. Everybody talk about the incubator for the Jamaica Labour Party nationwide and the Jamaica Observer. Nobody reported on the government and its inept and the corrupt practices. So you can't get the truth of it. And any dictator come on, the first thing they try to take away is the freedom of expression and communication. So you can't know what going on. And you try to trick the Jamaican people. You try to trick the Jamaican people, coming out with Asata and Nancy story and talk about crimes down and this. This is the first time in history we have seen so many mass shooting. We have seen the first one in Cherry Tree Lane. Then them go over Christopher Martin grandmother. Then we have one out of Rockfort. Then we have one out of 3 Mile. Then we have one in Mandeville. So they are getting bolder and bolder and bolder. And instead of solving crime and to come out there, you talk about PMP-ism. And you earlier talk about, say you can fix it. And you send out your goals and your propaganda mouthpiece to come out and deflate the number. When you listen to all of them things, I know, you have to wonder which type of Jamaica the Labour right them a talk about.
No.
2024 to November 4, 2024, major crimes in Jamaica have decreased by 15% compared to the same period last year. And this is very, very significant. Let me give you some more of the numbers. Murders are down by 19%. That means that 233 less Jamaicans have lost their lives. Those are 233 families that are not in mourning today. Shootings are down by 9%. Rapes have declined by 28%. And robberies are down by 21%. That's the good news we need to be saying to all of Jamaica. There is work to be done, but our...
You hear them as something in Jamaica? We have never seen this in this country where people are so fearful. We have never seen in this country where people like to be enjoy and entertain themselves. Where you got a little round robin, you got a little drink out, you dip on the corner, you play a little domino, you buy one little shot of rum and you're there, you enjoy yourself. People no longer do that. As it does, some people want to go home because you're not safe nowhere at all. You go in at the market and then come for somebody, then now left you. You go in at the shop to go buy something and then want somebody in there, then now left you. And you have the heart to come and talk about murders are down by 19%. And from the start of the year, 800 people dead. You can't fool us. What Jamaica lack? We don't have a sentencing problem. What we need to invest in, we need to invest in the police force so they have proper investigative skills in terms of gathering good evidence, irrefutable forensic evidence. So when you build a case against a criminal, when you back him up in the corner, he could have come with the best liar in the world. When the evidence corner him and him liar have to sign a deal and take a deal with the prosecutor. These are the type of things we want so we can even talk about self-crime. Go around with TV station and come out there with the propaganda mouthpiece and can tell lie. But give thanks and praise for things like social media, for them can't buy we out. And we give the raw truth, the unfiltered truth, and nothing but the truth. No data you can't trust on the government. You can't take the data from the police. You can't take the data from statin. But the cost of justice in this country is expensive. For what our police them do, them call up a name, John Brown and Tom and Harry, you wanted for your person of interest. And all they have to do is to go in with them liar and wait till 48 run off. 48 hours run off. And the liar say, either you charge him or you release him. And deep down in them heart, them did that hope and pray that the accused not have no liar so they can be able to pin something upon them and last them in the system. That is not police work. You promise us. You promise us to fix it. So we expect you to fix it. You're not supposed to come up and come quarrel and come blame. When a trade man is that good at him trade, the first thing him do is get up him start to blame him tool. Fix it. You have been there for 8 years, fix it.
You want to be here, your father leave and let you do home. Now we are up in the morning until the
Tap up the screen, comrade. Keep the algorithm going for our TikTok will freeze up the live. We not come here to beg anything. We come here to champion the cause and the work. So we can here to put out what the labor right are going with out there. So make we keep the message alive and we make we keep it going because TikTok work off an algorithm. Either you give gifts or you tap up the screen. We not beg nothing. We not come here to beg. Those who want to keep the live goal active, fine. Nothing no wrong with that. But keep it going, comrades. For the one, are the only forum this we have in our comrades. But without forum like this, there would no PMP because nobody else now carry message. No matter how you see them come on and take picture and that, when you reach at the news station and the editor look after it, and anything talk bad about this prime minister that cut out. Even if the journalists then come and do them work, but it can't come straight and comes on. It have to be vetted and edited. And once them see it, anything at all you talk bad about Andrew Wallace, you're not going to hear nothing about it. So the only way we can get out the corruption and point out what the government now do and how people are suffer is through forum like these. So I'm imploring you, tap up the screen, taps are free.
So the Labour Party makes another commitment to you. Unlike the PNP, who say nothing can be done about crime, the Labour Party don't share that. We believe that there is a lot that we can do to solve crime in this country. There is a lot that we can do to bring down murders in this country. There is a lot that we can do to make you safer in your homes and in public spaces. It is not a...
So do the work. Do the work. You promise us that we can sleep with the window with the door open. Do the work. Do the work and stop blame. You promise us that you can do it. Do it. So what went wrong? What went wrong? You start to blame the PNP. You start to blame this. You start to blame that. Do the work. All because we're not supporting any state of emergency, back on top of state of emergency. Do the work. That's all we are asking you to do. For just do the work. Eh?
a term he seems to use to suggest that the People's National Party, PNP, is somehow responsible for the crime crisis. But here's the thing, the PNP hasn't been in power for almost 8 years. So is it fair to keep pointing the finger at them? Holness's main argument is that the PNP opposes one of his go-to strategies to control crime, states of emergency, SOEs. These SOEs give security forces more power to act in areas where violence flares up, and Holness believes they're crucial to bringing down crime in high-risk areas. But the PNP sees things differently. They argue that SOEs are only temporary fixes that don't address the deeper issues that fuel crime, like poverty, lack of jobs, and poor social conditions. They're also worried about people's rights being affected under SOEs, which limits certain freedoms to give the police more control. This clash over SOEs has led Holness to claim that the PNP's approach, or PNP-ism, as he calls it, is soft on crime, but that criticism feels like a way to shift blame. After all, the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, has been in power since 2016. Almost 8 years is a long time to make a difference, and Jamaicans are looking for results. While the PNP's ideas may not be perfect, the real question is whether relying so heavily on SOEs is a sustainable way to tackle crime, or if a more balanced approach is needed. Crime is a complex issue with deep roots. It's not something that SOEs alone can fix, nor can we place the blame entirely on one party. Addressing crime means tackling the social and economic problems that drive people to it in the first place. Both parties should work together to come up with real solutions that go beyond quick fixes and take on the long-term challenges. The back and forth blaming doesn't get us anywhere. What Jamaicans need is a clear, lasting plan that focuses on improving lives and making communities safer. It's time for less finger pointing and more
less finger pointing, comrades. Crime is a monster. Crime is not a political football where you're supposed to come and blame the PNP and blame that. You promise to fix it, fix it. You promise that we can't sleep with the window and door open. We want the result. How it boiled down to PNP-ism. How it reached a stage. And the cost of getting justice, 14 years. And Keith Clark was murdered. Keith Clark did nothing. He was an innocent man. All he do is work for the now famous Christopher Dodders Coke. And he will be out in another few years. And not even justice you can get out of this country. So many people, so many Jamaicans have been wronged by the state. So many Jamaican youth have been locked up during the 2010 period for months and months and months, only to be let go without any charge. And since 2010 until now, the PNP have taken the labor rights to court about the use of state of emergency and unlawful use. And what to think? The court have sided up and agree with the People's National Party, and because we don't agree with them, we continue to use it like a weapon. You come out and you bawl out about PNP-ism. What's not? The soldiers walk free. And I implore the Clark family to sue the government of Jamaica, even though it is we, the taxpayer, go bear the brunt of it, but sue them for wrongful death. It is sad. The cost of getting justice, if you don't have money, you can't get none. If you don't have money, you're lost in the system. Look at Noel Chambers, who go in a prison for fling stone and lick out one glass and then spend 40 years and dead in there.
Good afternoon, I'm Milton Walker with the Midday News. Special welcome if you're watching on onespotmedia.com. The Constitutional Court has ruled that the criminal trial should go ahead for the three soldiers charged with the murder of chartered accountant Keith Clark. Mr. Clark was killed in 2010 during the search for then fugitive Christopher Dodders Coke. TVJ's Andrew Chisholm reports.
The trial of Corporal Odell Buckley, Lance Corporal Greg Tingling, and Private Arnold Henry was halted for the court to decide if their certificates of immunity were valid. The certificates were signed in 2016 by former National Security Minister Peter Bunting. Here's Justice Leighton Pusey with the ruling.
A majority of the court concludes that 1. In the circumstances of this case, the issuing of the good faith certificate
2016 by
reasonable, and therefore the good faith certificates are null, void, and invalid. 2. The defendants, this is the first three defendants, may not rely upon the good faith certificates at the trial of this matter.
The certificates were issued after the soldiers were charged for the fatal shooting of Keith Clark on May 27, 2010. Mr. Clark was shot at his Kirkland Heights home. Members of the security forces reportedly went to his house during the search for Christopher Dodders Coke, who was wanted by U.S. prosecutors.
That the good faith certificates or any certificate issued on the 22nd of February 2016 by the Minister of National Security outside of the emergency period were issued in circumstances that were manifestly unreasonable and unfair and are therefore null and void and without effect.
In the meantime, the court also ruled on the powers of the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions despite certificates of immunity.
The Minister's power to issue good faith certificates under the emergency powers regulations do not infringe and are not in conflict with the principle of separation of powers enshrined in the Constitution. 2. The emergency powers regulations do not infringe on the prosecutorial powers of the Director of Public Prosecutions under the Constitution. 3. The criminal proceeding should be restored to the trial list.
Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.
Hear them something? The cost of justice is elusive. But justice must not only be done, you must see it. And based on what we are seeing today, where everybody I get to, gunman I get to, police I get to, soldier I get to, everybody I get to, we are running a banana republic. After 14 years, none of the soldier can point out and say whether them did it yes or no. And by virtue of doing that, them walk. What can go so? What can go so? And this is what Delroy Chuck did. One of them, instead of them fix the system and work with the director of public prosecution. So when you have an airtight case and it go before him, the director of public prosecution should not guide the police instead of them a ball out about people and person of interest because they're lazy. And then one individual for look good. So then call out some ringleaders name whether they did it or they not did it. And you call people, you charge people to give the impression so that murders and crime have been cleared up. That is not cleared up. All you have to do is ride out the system. Because eventually...
Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Judge rules soldiers implicated in Keith Clark murder have no case to answer. Police officers involved in fatal shooting of 3 men in East Kingston over the weekend detained. And later in sports...
Here, police rule the soldier have no case to answer, which means that's it. 14 years. You have lost a husband, you have lost a brother, you have lost a father, you have lost a son. And in pursuant of justice, and those people is not like say them a feel for anything, they can't help themselves. Why you don't say about the ordinary person like Mercia Fraser from Mario Deans who have been searching for justice for 10 years exactly? And that's the end of Keith Clark's story. That's it. Eh? What kind of country this year run? What kind of country this we are run? A banana republic we are run? Everywhere you turn, make a joke you. You can't talk, you can't speak, you're going at anything at all, the police them do them get away with it for not no labor right do them something there from Buster days. When him had all Rasta must be shot. Taking him dead or alive. Sharon come around and said police will kill and ask question and Andrew come in with the same thing again. Where do we stand as a people? What can go so? Where do we oh you gonna get peace? When you can't find justice and you're not gonna get justice, but justice is not something where you just say, see justice there. It must see. You must take it to your you must see it. And if you have a system and you have a government which is oppressive, you have a government who decide to trample on the constitution and to mess with the rights of the people, and you can't even get justice, you can't blame the court, you know. Let's be fool, you know. You can't blame the court. Because the court can only act upon what them say. What you must talk is what we have is a corrupt prosecutorial system. In a 2010, a young man, all him guilty of, is a whole of split and sleep in a split and down a man to go beer. The police and the rest of them conspire and them beat him to death in there. And them get 2 little dumb man and charge the man them. And all because of what? The 2 man them dead and themselves no want somebody to come look after them. And them plead guilty to it and the court accept the plea. And they were walk free while the police and everybody and the case call up on November 18. November 18. And them can't find out of the old man to go beer, them can't find nobody out of 300 summons. They can't find nobody to serve any of those summons. What kind of country this we are run? But make it a me and you, and then one we come to jury duty, you saw them find where we yard and serve with summons and say we abandon to duty as a civic duty and carry you before the court. But through one of them own, and then to carry them and to face the consequences, beat Mercy Fraser Pitney, Mario Deans. Monday we gone when the case to call up in the next week. They make sure it start leak out from early so they can't proceed because they can't find a juror. Over 300 summons prepared and none of them can serve. What kind of country this we are on? So without justice there can be no peace. Without justice there can be no peace. So you will never be able to solve crime and have a peaceful Jamaica that you talk about where you can fix without justice. Because if people can't get justice one way, they're going to take it the other way. And if you have a system and you create a system and the way the system is so corrupt that people is afraid to trust it. And if we continue like this, we are heading for a failed state. We are heading for a failed state.
For justice in the Mario Dean case continue to grow louder nearly a decade after the tragic events that led to his death. Dean died in 2014 after being beaten in police custody. This matter remains at the center of the high-profile case involving 3 officers. Now, despite numerous delays, the fight for accountability is far from...
And the same juror now when 3 policemen charged to beat Mario Dean and beat him to death over a single ganja spliff. Banana Republic we are on. Banana Republic. You talk about peace. Talk about peace. Talk about gang violence. I will talk about war and all sort of thing. If you can't get justice, what you... Equal rights. Justice. And it's equal rights. Justice. Equal rights. We don't want any peace. We want equal rights and justice. For we can't have a prime minister we have 28 bank account with thief taxpayers' money and instead of giving account for it, him take on the same constitution we have and at the same time you send the broker go over Portmore and go take away the alleged scammers $100 million. Is it the same charge? Is this the same ill-gotten gain that you can't unexplain wealth? Oh, you are going to have justice. When Mocha shouldn't be the one to go up at Beverly Hills and take away the computer and take away everything what them have and seize the bank account and lock up the prime minister for thief taxpayers' money. Don't come tell me nothing about no peace when you have 2 different laws. St. James is the second largest city, and you want to tell me out of the old Montego Bay you can't find 12 jurors? But make it be a policeman who place a gun on a young man and place a couple shots in his back pocket and say, turn round. You find juror and you set them out for charge them for illegal possession of firearm. With the same thief in Prime Minister was set the last when they hold him with the arm. A 50 year if you get. Make it be that and say if juror not turn up.
Everybody wants to go up to heaven, but none of them want.
All Mario Dean guilty of is to smoke a spliff. So that's why you have the Justice Minister then, the Honorable Mark Golin, has repealed the act and said them catch you with a ganja spliff. It is considered a misdemeanor, and he goes to the further extended to tell you that to smoking marijuana to a certain level, once you're not smoking it in public, are down by 19%. And from the start of the year, between January until now, over 800 people dead. Lie! Corrupt media, Prime Minister. The corrupt society where you use taxpayers' money and who you not give extension, this you give them extension, that and who not get concession, this get concession, that the whole of them corrupt. The whole of the rich people that benefit from crime, so they have no intention to sell it. Because when the chicken back on the rice, they might come a pay gun coming at it. Eh? They have no intention to solve it. None. And you can't get justice. Only poor people pitney suffer. And you got hear, you're not even hear stone throw. All he guilty of is a spliff. And he's no longer alive. One liquor spliff. A government who believe in their people. If we have a government who believe in the human development, there would be no need to spend so much money on crime. And we have not seen a cent because our two penal institutions were meant to hold 1,600 people and both of them have nearly 4,000. Earlier this week, infestation and germs broke out in a hit. Some hospitalized and one of them is no longer amongst the living. So no matter where you take it, you can't get to it. If you get to it, if it's there road, you can't get justice. And if you go in there, you can't get justice.
Equal rights, justice, and equal rights, justice.
The cost of getting justice in this country, it is so unfair because we have a corrupt government who come in a parliament with nothing, who come and ban and go in a boardhouse and him not ban a spoon and riches and he becomes a billionaire and he can't tell the people of Jamaica how him come by it. And instead of come by it and tell the people them, him pick a fight with the very same constitution that him create, the very same law that he make. And he becomes untouchable. But poor people pitney for the same offense. You run in and say you charge him for scamming. And the Prime Minister will do worse than that. Walking up and down free. And try to legitimize it. as if he done nothing wrong and start to talk about PMPism and PMP. Talk about the achievement, talk about the growth, talk about the macro and the fiscal outlook, like what you Elijah Clark did talk about. Because when you talk about it, we tell you to show it where the ordinary Jamaican benefited from it. You're no longer talking about growth and prosperity. You no longer talk about the macro outlook. You no longer talk about stable exchange rate when you know within yourself. We have been beating it and we have been teaching it and telling us that the exchange rate not stable. Because when you get the dollar in a 2016, you get it at 120 and today at 160 and it has lost 25% of its value. When they take over in 2016, inflation was 2.5%, and today it is running at 8 to 10%. And because of the fictitious number where you push out a starting, I talk about inflation at 6%, lie. And if you think a lie, me I tell you out there, it is a true statistician. When you go to the supermarket in a 2016, and you couldn't take $6,000 when you get for the pay, you couldn't go market, you couldn't turn in at the supermarket, and to some extent, some people couldn't throw a partner. Because we have a stable macro fiscal outlook, and the PNP believe in balancing the book while it's balancing people's lives. It don't make no sense to brag and boast and talk about your house. Never in the history we ever have that. We ever have such a wicked man. People can't buy food. People cannot buy food. You take the dollar from 120 and now it's at 160. Exactly 160. And you run gone. Run gone left the problem. You run gone and leave a hole in the budget. $45 billion hole in the budget. And when we ask you how the budget is full, you're going to tell it to the people of Jamaica and say you can't talk because you get a preferential deal because it can jeopardize it. And when you check a stack of what? You sell out the airport tax for 12 years. We can't get $1 after the head tax. Him sell it out. But you raise the pay by 300% and you run gone. And because our nurses and our teachers and our brightest minds are leaving for greener pasture to build up other people's country, not by chance, but they were forced to. Because it don't make no sense. You can't but say, boy, you got university, you get a master's, and you get a this, and your doctors, and your teachers, and what you want to call it, and you can't pay your student loan, and you can't live. You get up gone. You raise the pay by 300%, and the civil servant who the PMP you had there, and we used to give them out of face allowance, non-tax. We used to give them the car duty allowance, non-tax. We used to give them the mileage, non-tax. We used to give them all the benefits. You roll in everything and trick them and talk about see them, make you more pay. And in real sense, when them don't jot everything and take back everything, you give them in a one hand and take it back in the other. And you run gone. You raise up the wall on the pay by 300% and civil servants get nothing. And you run gone, you gallop gone. Nobody know when you're coming back. And you're going to talk about you are the greatest finance minister. You was a failure.
TV with a lot of interesting topics and videos. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel.
Failure. You leave a budget, a hole in the budget, you sell out the tax. When you was chairman of the National Housing Trust, you stood there and you did nothing, and you allowed the Prime Minister to take out $11.4 billion out of the NHD. True that no NHD now no money. When poor people go there to get the little $7.5 million, they must send them to NCB. And when you check and start now, once somebody can borrow the mortgage, so force them to borrow from the bank. And unlike the housing trust, in the PMP time, when time not now go on and you have your mortgage, you can come into them say, all right, give you what you have. Not so anymore. As they gone 30 days in arrears, Warmington Daddy have one collection bailiff company, one named Warmville Collection and Agency. As you reach 30 days, he call you, and when he can't call, he try to find you. And 30% of the arrears where you go, it pay up front to Warmington Daddy. That a April Warmington theme Daddy, where bailiff will control the company and your Warmville Collection. But you will never know. Because all that collection does is just keep adding to the balance of your mortgage. So instead of you owe $7 million and you keep on over the life, the loan reach a 8 and you wonder how you can done. Because Warmington Daddy have to get fee collection fee first. So if you make a phone call, you have to pay him. And if you go in person, to go to your and service summons or whatsoever, so if you come in, you have to pay. You can't get where. It's when they sell the house, all of those collection will be minus and deducted from what is outstanding. And you run gone Nigel Clark. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know that you were the chairman of the National Housing Trust. When we were there in 2016, an ordinary individual could have applied for a single one-bedroom in the New Harbour Village area for $7.5 million. That same one-bedroom today, if you want it, you have to pay 12 or 11 million for a single bedroom. Can you imagine 2-3 somebody make up and buy one bedroom? How it go share? You must have conflict.
National crisis for Jamaica.
Now, Dr. Clark is set to take up the new post on October 31.
Several high-ranking officials, including heads of government, have been hailing the appointment of Dr. Nigel Clark to the IMF. But for Ralston Hyman, financial analyst and founding member of the Economic Program Oversight Committee (EPOC),
Nigel Clark's appointment with the IMF has precipitated a national crisis.
A national crisis partly because of unfinished business. The central bank is projecting a decline in the Jamaican economy for this fiscal year due to the impact of Hurricane Beryl. The Jamaican dollar is losing value, the population census is incomplete, and the multi-billion-dollar fraud at Stocks and Securities Limited SSL remains unresolved.
Nigel Clark is also leaving an unfinished budget. He hasn't told us where the $45 billion in securitization to fund the road program will be coming from yet. So he has precipitated a national crisis because he is departing suddenly, leaving on October 31st, without any real successor within the party in order to carry on the works. And Prime Minister Andrew Willis must be scratching his head as to see what is he going to do to fill that post.
On Monday, the Office of the Prime Minister said the government has identified
It's unfair scratch him head. Because he were courting Adrian Stokes from the private sector. You were courting Keith Duncan from JMB to fill the slot and go in as a senator. So that's why I hurry up and take out Matthew and push out Marsha and put in Matthew and leave the Senate vacant. So either Adrian Stokes or Keith Duncan would act as a state minister and the Minister of Finance. But for all the seats as a finance minister, you have to have a portfolio. But they are not into representational politics. They would only go into it as a senator like what he did with Dan Webby, Dwight Nelson, and Manayard Adley Shaw. But because of the Prime Minister and the scamming and the thieving of taxpayers' money, they no longer wish to be associated with Andrew Holness. Because I have 28 bank accounts when thief taxpayers' money and rob up dinner and can't give account for. So the gentleman them say them can't in another business and put their name with him. So they're left in a quandary. So they have no alternative now before I go back for recycle Fable Williams. And when I say recycle, I mean recycle. Because this is her third stint in the Ministry of Finance. This is her third time going there. She was there under Bruce Golding. She come back on her manayal again. And now she come back as a full-fledged minister. She was a failure. She was there in 2007 when the debt to GDP was 113%. She was there. She was there when the economy grew. Only time for the longest while as a single digit to 3%. She was there when she took over the dollar from $119. And she was there when it reached up to 160 right now. Here and with the advent of the artificial intelligence and the new president of America, it is going to get worse. Why I say that? Because we know that half of the diaspora are undocumented, but undocumented or not, they have made their contributions to the upkeep and the maintenance of Jamaica by sending out their remittances. And remittances, our second largest earner behind tourism. For backside now, go on with nothing now. For the labor right them remove the levy and literally dig out the place and I get away for nothing. And backside and alumina prices right now is down. So the second largest income earner right now is remittance. And as I speak prior to, remittance were down by 10% and to go dip further because people are going to hold on to what they have because of uncertainty surrounding the immigration issues. And with what is happening in the hospitality sector right now, we are tourism worker, we don't have no union, and then the business, if you want to fire them, they just make up their mind and say enough is enough. Because the same thing what the current leader talk about is low wage, low pay, and which lead to low productivity. And that is what is driving the sector now into a nuts. So it is going to get worse. So the longer this labor right government has stayed in power, the worse it is going to get. Because the economy is not growing. The deficit keep widening pertaining to what we export to what we import, keep widening and keep ballooning. So all I who praise this man I talk about world-class finance minister because they were corrupt and inept. Nigel Clark was a failure. He's one of the worst finance ministers this country has ever seen. One of the staple. The National Housing Trust, unlike other institutions we have to borrow, that is a tax we're dedicated, and Michael Manley said the money enough to touch. It's supposed to ear towards making affordable income. And right now, Housing Trust, they're in a position for trust. And for lend no money, they must send it to bank for buy house from the open market. How much people can afford a $18 million and $20 million house? When you give somebody who is 50-year-old 40 years to pay, what you tell them say? When they reach retirement age, what can happen? Them grandpitney or whosoever they in charge of it after, or them continue to pay the mortgage or that. They must out at the work. How can you give a 50-year-old person a mortgage of 40 years? How you going to pay? You're doing it for political expediency, to prove it like you do something. And it should not be, because the truth of the matter is 60% of our lands is owned by the government, and instead of NHD building houses, the Prime Minister's wife becomes one of the leading and the largest developer right now. Every nook and cranny, Juliet Wallace a bill, and where she a bill, and I like I sell poor people 40, 50, 60, $70 million house, and somebody who married a couple years ago couldn't even keep a red reception and becomes a multi-billionaire. God help us. What kind of country we are on? We need justice. Member of Parliament, J.C. Hutchins for Northwest St. Elizabeth. He take 1,000 acres and give out him sweetheart and his son and everybody while the people them have Alan Bambo up here walk and a squat. What can go so? Michelle Charles Freeman get 1,000 acres at St. Thomas for less than a $1 acre. What can go so? The people of Duck and Field where the 7-star general after the close down of the sugar give them small crops of land and say raise on a small ruminants and plant quick cash and say if you can earn some money. The labor right government under Andrew Holness and Michelle Charles run off the people them and give them the whole of Duck and Field sugar land and lease it out to the labor right family and friend. We need justice.
Justice. I don't want no peace. Equal rights. Justice.
Bernard Lodge. Portmore, so Mike plant that and he plant nothing. And 2 years later, I applied to the Tyco's office for change of use from farming to planting and saying want to make house. We need justice.
I need equal rights. Justice. I need equal rights.
You run off the people them over Lake Spend who plant them little calalo. You run off the farmer them who plant them little calalo and I raise them little ag and I raise them little this. And the front part of Lake Spend, where it is I-95, when Gore's development at Bill West Cumberland, them approach the PNP and asking them they can get over there to buy. The People's National Party said it is earmarked for farming. Lo and behold, Juliet Holness a build house over there. Instead of putting farm, the Prime Minister's wife had developed over Portmore, right at Bernard Lodge on the same estate where they run off the farmer. We need justice. Man, them a own and truck and a little one tractor can't get no work. Everywhere you turn a Andrew Holness and him wife truck, they put all of the backside and I carry the whole of the mall and the something them on the road. What can go so? Why the money have to stay in a one little circle? Why most people can't inherit and get from it? Gally, why you do that?
Equal rights. Justice. I've got to get equal rights. And justice. I really need equal rights. Justice. Just give me my share. Equal rights. And justice. What is due to Caesar? You better keep this on.
You can't have peace until you have justice. It can't be that a one set of people and them the food, it can't work. And then now you want to trick people into make believe as if the economy have go round. The Delroy chuck him the platform and talk about money, a jingle in a people. Yes, it's a jingle, but in a friend. We want justice. People no longer have the intention to work because it is not attractive. The package is not attractive. And we are going to in a serious trouble. For if you're in a position right now and you can't be able to sustain and feed your own self, in order that if we continue unabated like this, this is what the labor right them want. They remove the GCT off of all fruits and vegetables. So who now bringing chicken back and who are bringing Irish potato and are bringing that. So by the time the farmer them recover from burial when Christmas come and plus some of them get a double whammy what they are. They are wiped out. Because the labor right them don't business, them don't care. Them only just think about themselves and not them alone for have money. You can't have peace and then something here. Because justice must not only be done, you must see it. It must seems to be done. Where else in the world you can find that? Within 8 years, them turn billionaire. Hmm? You cannot escape under this government here. If you're sick and you go to hospital, them hold you. You're going to sit down on the bed for 2 or 3 or 4 days. And sometimes by the time you get a bed, it no work out. The next thing you see a heart attack come for you. And it is sad that you can't escape from the government of the oppression. And all when you're no longer amongst the living. All when it's no longer amongst the living, you cannot escape. Everywhere you turn, somebody have to name a food. Name a food.
You better give it up. Cause I just want the peace and leave for life.
We want to share the conversation going, and we keep it for you know that our comrade brother is on the live shift. So we want to hear from you so we can be able to keep the fire burning. So we can have a fruitful discussion. So we can be able to point out the deficiency, point out the corruptions of this government. The economy is not growing. Crime is at an all-time high that they no longer report the number, they are manipulating the number. Don't take any data from them because they are not giving out the true reflection. Don't take nothing from statin. I talk about inflation is 6%. You do the own maths and you find out if when you go spend $1,000, if when you check a stock, only $60 things raise up by. You have to find $300, $400, $500 to buy the same thing. And as I have said before, comrades, it is going to get worse. Single piece of the agricultural output is utilized. From processing to animal feed, so nothing is waste. And that is the only way we can able to develop our true economy. Because the government is not talking the truth. Another day we touch on the exploration. Who remember when Daryl Vaz talk about, say, when we say oil found, and it said nothing no go so. Well, since week here in Parliament, the Explorer changed name upon him, whether they are drilling at the sea ocean floor. So if you notice from what they see the whole heap of hurricane tremors and all that thing, because them are messed with the Titanic plate and we are in the strait with 80. So we are on the fault line where we're susceptible to earthquake. So when they keep on a drill near the fault line, they are going to create a tremor. And out of their own government, own mode, people are dig and are explore, and there is vast talk out of mouth, say up a story. But that is for another day. We want to hear Susie Wagwan. What's up, Sim? Susie. Asleep, Susie. God, yeah, Susie, I drop asleep on the phone now. Dr. Cole, nice to hear. Nice to see you, Dr. Cole. You know, everything good? Thank God you're all right and everything all right. You understand? Sim, open the microphone. Alan, what happened? Almari. When I keep on send the request and I'm not talking.
Justice.
Tim,
Yeah, help me up, please. I didn't know I sent a request.
I tap up and you reach up here.
Yeah.
All right, no say nothing.
All right, thanks.
Yes, Dr. Cole, I'm glad to be here from you and thing. I'm glad everything all right because a lot of the comrades them were concerned a bit. You know? A lot of the comrades that were concerned said them not hear from you. And you know, so we love you already and things. So I'm glad to hear from you. I'm going to hold the peace. I'm going to hold it. You understand? Soon as I get the strength, you can come and give a shout out and make people know that you're alive and well. Sister Jackie Wagwan.
Good day, I know. You know, sister, my counselor died this morning.
Oh my teleman, Jesus Christ.
So me I want this is a good chance to routine, you know, because she did run in the last election against him. So
What you mean by what you mean by Juna Townsend? Him and a counselor. Juna Townsend outside of that, you know, was a very nice man. Nice labor right man.
well, I know the wrong name. I owe them send it. But I Christopher. I should be get it, me just forward it.
No man, a Juna name man. But a Christopher him right name. You understand? Very, very nice counselor. You understand? Very nice counselor.
Everybody here I talk bad about him.
No man, a wicked man. Figure to me he was a transport authority, you know. And him a whole
know nothing about him.
him a whole heap of bus. Me a tell you so me interact with the man. He have a lot of bus and all sort of things. So he lives at the transport authority daily. Actually every day we take a one-time bus. And regardless of that, we have a cohesive relationship. Not saying, you know, that, you know, teeth and tongue may meet, but outside of that, him not show politics. Him deal with him constituents, whether you're PMP or you're JLP, him address all and him deal with it. Just like how you see the lady down in and town do, and the same thing Christopher Townsend do. I mean, if the truth of the matter is, you know, him is not a politician. Yes, man. I mean, I tell about him, man. You say me know the man inside out.
When from them time, them me no know him and me live round here. So not talk them things them and me for tell you. But
listen, me I said to you, me can tell you before him come in a politics.
oh, when that was before, but when him come in a politics, no, everything changed. Been no way I talk about.
Really?
Oh, I me to tell you.
No, man, better say you never go to him and ask him. Assistant.
What wrong with you? Then if labor right about him, me not can about him too.
Let me tell you what with the labor right there. And you can't blame him, you know. You see, through them broke bad and then the one work. And it's a man like that in believe in helping you for you help yourself. So that's the thing. But remember, you know, the truth to be told, you know, him is not a politician. I drop this thing, I drop in him lap. Andrew Owens asked him after he declined it all long.
Yeah.
Unlike some people who are activists who are run up and down from day one, the man is a businessman. And like the rest of them who are activists who are follow politics, and since 2016, this man I get involved now in a politics and run as a councillor.
Yeah.
No, so me I tell you though.
Come on my side, they come introduce and say, I'm a councillor, this nobody don't know him.
As what I said before, you understand? It may pass through, but all right. You gonna live at the Mall Road side. Which is the PMP side. And this Avenue side, it is the PMP side. But it help a lot of people. It help a lot of people. You understand? And it's so sad, you know.
When my friend texted to me, say, who name so? No, so I'm not look for him.
Yeah, man. Outside of politics, you know. But normally, you know, we don't really big up JLP, but may his soul rest in peace, and I send out condolence to his family and especially his extended family, the Transport Authority, who he conducted all of his business with. As a matter of fact, his entire business is fall within the transportation industry, from buses to taxi to everything. Yes, all I'm business, all I'm life, it involved in politics. But as what I said before, politics and a whole, it changed a lot of people because what now? When he becomes a politician, Jackie, people expect you to be Jesus. And you can't solve everything. And the truth of the matter is, he's just an ordinary councillor. Is the prime minister, is the one who have the big ticket items and we can do all of the things and for the people. But what the prime minister and most member of parliament do is shift the lick to the councillors them. Right? And not only shift the lick to, sometimes some of them take away the shine from them. You understand? Take away the shine from them. But you don't know, but overall, and it's so unfortunate that I never know, say, your councillor, but I tell you, say, me not tell you straight up, say,
Go link him. PMP, me can't believe from the man. AJ Nichols to leave.
AJ make it. No, I want to tell you, we win the seat. The prime minister losing at 2011, Patrick Roberts beat him,
Time there. Me know about that one day.
Patrick Roberts beat him and a push and save him, but better if him go for that becomes a nemesis. For that could have put him in the retirement.
I remember that year that when him win, man, and Patrick beat him.
Patrick beat him, so that's why you find out, say. All right. Why you believe him never try to get out Patrick yet? You notice? Him no campaign on the side, like him give up on the side,
Yeah, him no come around and so kind of time come my election time at the polling station, they run him and excitement, the crowd that come down upon him and run him way. So him no come around and so.
You understand? So for years, who no run a mile road and run a side, and no really have no MP and no council, nobody no business to do no.
Me I tell you.
So Andrew now look pound now. But outside of politics though, is a nice person, and condolence goes out. And it's not a old man enough. I'm not I doubt it Junior reaches.
Oh, him look good in 9 years.
Yeah, Junior about 50.
Oh, him look.
You understand?
Him for the right name.
Yeah.
Tell them forward the message to me, I just tell Junior right name.
Yeah. No, Christopher I'm right name, but a Junior I'm popular known as.
Okay.
Diane Wagwan. Comrade Roach, good night. Diane. And is that a old man enough? No, him not old. They tell you Junior not old man. They tell you a bus and taxi Junior at that time key business, Dr. Cole, welcome back. Dr. Cole, let me come right here, because everybody a heart see and they're so excited for hear you now. What go on, Comrade Cole?
Good day.
Comrade Cole. Comrade Cole. You can't go dash with the phone there now. Me check say the phone. You tell me say you fix the phone. You want a good phone, don't Comrade Cole, man. I don't believe on the internet.
I do. I never know.
Start from the top, Comrade Cole, because we never hear nothing for the greater part of the conversation.
I was in November. Well, we're glad for hearing in November, Dr. Cole.
No, what he said
is... You speak, say I speak or something wrong with the Howard, him probably need to go make somebody check his speaker.
Believe me. You need to dash with the phone. He tell me say I'm going to fix it, but I tell him say I shouldn't fix it. But what he's saying is, I spoke to him, and what he's saying, he never knows that November, and you know him do film Soul Trader and Christmas around the corner. So yeah, he get caught up so much, so he spend time now catch up on his business in terms of restocking. So I think he's okay now.
Tell him say we only you hear every other word, Howard.
Comrade Cole, if you are hearing, see if you can come out and come back in now one different box, but we not hear you. But I relay the message to the comrades that you are okay, and you never remember say November you're in and December right around the corner, and you look about your personal business. And I think you will be okay now. And I think you also said that something wrong with the phone.
Yeah,
and you try to repair the screen. But I never like the idea of fixing phone because it always go back to
what kind of phone him have?
Me no know. So Susie, what go on?
Are you me there? Listen, you beat them, sir, boy. You know what say? When you play that something, I'm there upon 95, I say, this man created crime to have a talking point going into election and to blame PMP.
I tell you, no longer talk about the economic growth and the macroeconomic and all sort of thing. It becomes a blame game.
So now you see why them go orchestrate them mafiaism and have these things going on in the country, so them can turn around and say a PMP fault.
Exactly. You see what they did in Portland on Sunday? Every road try to block up and every road are fixed to slow down the PMP momentum.
You know, so them already planned them Portland sitting. This I think this weekend, they say one fly, let him look funny.
Well, I buy them all by the crowd.
They want, then you know, say love competition, and then
I see a place I put on them I go to.
It looks so yes. Let me see if I can pull up on my other phone.
Lord God, so the crowd are gonna be a buy crowd.
You know, remember try match PMP.
And then now import the whole of Tivoli. If I have a lot of people from that side, you know.
Yeah,
we come vote 9 o'clock at night time, you know. So look out for them the bus load there.
Well, I'm gonna go to the inside. Hey, I want wicked. Hey, me just write sitting on Facebook say, is either hell if you go back or prison? One of the two, you can't choose. Cause gotta go give him one of them.
Yes, Jackie, East and West are gonna link up. You understand? But that time problem, you know. If I'm talking us and tired for spending money, him want win an election without him have to spend. So that are the issue. You understand? Well, Susie, it rough. Jamaica.
I feel for the people them don't listen, no, boy. And Christmas I come to, and that's what my heart is like. Me I say, boy, them people are something else, you know. But go on to Jamaica, yeah.
The vase have to break, man. Have to break the vase because it can't continue. It's just like a stronghold. And all of a sudden now, you're going to see all of the road, them are fix and all of the this are fix. Why have to fix it now? Look how long it
But Howard, you and I both know Jamaica people. You know what even talk to Jamaica say, Andrew could line the whole of Jamaica from Cornwall, Middlesex and Surrey with gold. In our save him.
Nah, save him. But you see, greetings, Jamaica. Greetings.
One Jamaica, how are you, babe?
I'm there, no, I'm there, Uncle. Blessings, man. I listen. As Uncle Howard said, man, stand firm, man. We have to stand firm, man. And the people, them look out for temptation all over. Bags of tricks and a lot of promises again and a lot of blame game. It is just trying to spray perfume and filth. It already stinks and everybody knows. Every Jamaican has stepped in it and said that the health system is horrible. Crime is out of hand. We see education is like nobody no care anymore. And I just dunceness at the order of the day. That's why I'm laugh about it and then say battle for the mind. It is a disgrace and Jamaican for justice. We're not hearing nothing from them. We're not
And it's all
hearing
about
nothing
him, you
from
know,
the
Mike.
church.
Every picture you see, you see, I'll take picture in the Migla Road. You know, see, in the Migla, the highway.
Yes, man. Let me tell you, it's all a mind game. Listen to when Dora speak, how she go about her speaking. She talking down to people like the she beat it in them head or force it in them head. If your product is good, don't fight to sell it.
You don't have to. It sell itself.
Yeah, the Jamaican people have see how stink the product of JLP is, stink with corruption, stink with negligence, stink with crime and all type of hatred and them incite violence in the way them speak and them going like them slick. When the Prime Minister said battle for the mind, thank God for your word and Dre and other people that come out here and speak, Chef and all of those who come out are brave enough. You, Auntie Susie, come out and brave enough to speak for the Jamaican people. It's a blessing. And it's good that we're here in our history. That means that there's a change coming.
It's coming. There's a fresh wind.
Yeah.
Howard, you know what I was when I was in the box, I was gonna ask you to do what I think would be great. If you can go pull up the video from Andrew when him there politicized crime and said he was gonna fix the windows and doors.
Yes,
And then you can put it right next to him. I said no and I blow him PMP after 8 years. I think
yeah, Uncle Howard spoke about it for real, man.
yeah,
And
him just said, but me I said, we should just get the video there and play it.
yeah,
We have
Yeah, me
both
say,
type, man. We can slice it together. You
yes,
never have to
please.
slice it to
just play one
and,
after other.
and another forum, man, because it have implication, I
No, me
know.
not say tonight. Me not say even
Oh,
me
yeah.
not even if it start, but
Yeah,
if
man. Yeah, me
somebody
do
can
that. Yeah.
splice
Yeah,
the
that
two
can be
of them
done.
and put it next so we can make it go
Yes, man,
viral.
break it down
Yeah,
because we
Yeah,
yeah,
have
that
to
can go.
analyze all of it. We have to go through it and search it out,
yeah,
and see
man.
what is right and what is wrong.
Yeah,
And
big
pull
And
up.
out
when we
some
hear the Prime Minister
Respect
speak,
dancehall, Robert. Respect my
yeah,
brother.
when
what's up, babes?
We have to fight it, man. You know,
yes, man,
these are the type of things, we have to put it out there because if we keep on allow them, you understand? But what we
yeah,
discover in our Jamaics
yes.
is that since JR for me and couple nights where the labor them a take time a creep back out.
You see them, man.
We don't know if you see them to Susie.
Yeah,
See
and
them,
it's all
man.
about him. If you look at everything, you don't see no MP. Everything I just film picture. None of the MP them now no talk. None of the council them. I'm alone. A PR in the pan.
PR.
After the man is a criminal.
Yeah.
Uncle Howard,
Yeah.
what are the signs of a failed state? Please,
Fail state.
a failed state.
All right. When they say your ordinary people who are loyal to you
Mm-hmm.
start to say, boy, enough is enough.
Mm-hmm.
That is a sign of a failed state. But
Yeah.
prior to that, you can cut up everything. But when you see your truest fan, your most loyalist fan start to cry, at the neck bottom again, the rock bottom of it.
True. I'm going to add to that. When you see the poor road network within a
Poor
country,
network.
where
Me
where
never talk about network because but when you see you start to have breakdown in terms of civil disobedience where people don't business, never in the history you ever see somebody come out so openly in defiant and accost the prime minister and I tell him this and that.
yeah.
That is a sign of a failed state.
When you look at how the health system and people are
Health
afraid to go
system.
in the hospitals. Because again, this is a third person in the period of almost a month that I know. Well, two of them I know directly and one indirectly that has gone to the hospital. Two of them and went to Falmouth, lost their life. It's like we cannot save our people. And when you see mass murders, mass shootings becoming a norm.
And your Dora said shootings and murder down and murder down 19%. Mr. Mike, you want to see the comments them. You want a fair page, You want to see the comments them where everybody asks her which world she live in.
Yes, man. I
So you know
can't Jamaica land.
that she take down the page,
She did. She did. Me see her on X, man. You know, me I watch the whole sitting on Tuesday, and I'm watching PBC TV,
Yeah.
and every minute it reach to the part where they talk about corruption and hold it. You know, they always have this. I think they use probably Doodly to do it,
To
but
bleep
this
it out.
cartoon explanation.
Yeah.
And every time it reach to holding them accountable and integrity, it is cut off. And
Yeah,
then it
man.
is clear. Your government is.
Yeah.
I'm saying these simple moves, you know. It every time I'm talking about the battle for the mind. Because if the normal people were used to kind of look on the cartoons and start to understand certain things, they will understand what the Integrity Commission report is.
All right.
And they keep cutting that out.
All right.
I'm telling you, they're working overtime. All about.
You must spend a whole heap of money for the PR stuff. Whole heap of
The
money.
man had the man. Listen, me I said to you. The man stopped short to tell us he must spend millions of dollars and control the media.
Yeah.
Why is it that he have been still dodged by the Integrity Commission? It just won't go away.
Me tell him say, me right that the PR stunt is not working. And the
Thank you,
product
dancer. Respect.
the product is already damaged.
Yes.
And it depends clearance sale for 99.9% off.
The Prime Minister damage him can't come back. The Integrity Commission will win him.
But Auntie Susie, oh, you're so respectful. I give price to it.
99.1,
No,
99.1% off.
man.
Nothing.
It there on at the back of the supermarket, ready for the garbage truck we
Oh, all
call
right, all right.
election to
Me I go
take it up.
me I go fix it right now for your answer right there.
Thank you. So they're on at the back of the storehouse for the garbage
It
truck we
is
call
off the
election to
clearance
pick it
rack
up.
at 99.9% about to go through in the garbage, you know.
Oh, okay.
The
No,
Prime
yes,
Minister, the Prime Minister is a corrupt Prime Minister. Right? We have never seen a Prime Minister so thief and so dry eye.
wicked, eh?
Eh? You get up
Arrogant
and
and presumptuous. Arrogant. I was
arrogant.
never arrogant yet, I swear to God. And me down fine and their own richer people. And me I tell you some you too, I'm sure Howard. Me I've been in some circle. And most of them are people humble as ever. I have never seen this level of arrogance, but then say you can't get a hungry belly man food to carry.
The
None
thing
at
is, you know,
all.
mom. The thing is, you know, mom. It's not about the wealth, you know. It's about the mindset.
Then I
Because
can say,
there are people who get their wealth properly, like i.e.
oh
Mark
my God.
Williams. Yeah, I have been around millionaires, billionaires, and what I see, Auntie Susie, everybody just want to be heard and to be communicated.
Of course.
I understand.
They have
You
on
understand?
they have
But
on flip
this
flop.
man, have a point to prove. He believes that he's the center of it all. That's why
Then
he
I
used to come out and blame him MPs
so
them.
glad how old are you?
Yeah?
How old are you?
I'm 31.
Lord God, me respect you, sir. Me see that
True.
you're not blind.
The man is a
Blessings, man.
narcissist, man.
Let me tell you, man like Uncle Howard and Dre and all it more people, Dr. Andre Arton. Let me tell people in general, Dr. Andre Arton, he is a professional, a lecturer, and a human being.
Mm-hmm.
And I've met more than one comrades in hierarchy position, and I tell you, they are patient enough
Humble.
to teach you.
Mm.
And that is what the PMP is about. You must study, you must study, you must study, Michael Manley said. And the social issue that Norman Manley spoke years ago is still affecting us. And it has come through dunceness because the Prime Minister no care said the education system is under the ground, not on the floor. And that is not my truth, is what we're seeing. Uncle Howard didn't look like a paid dunce people live in Jamaica.
So the Prime Minister put it off, yes?
The
Yes.
Prime Minister put it.
And
Yeah.
how even his followers, I call them, I said they have a green brain.
I tell you, man, them
No,
brain
man,
green
without a
food.
doubt, for true. Without a doubt. But when you listen and you go up on in life, you can't learn anything.
Jesus.
And they're not
It's a
open to learn
disgrace.
anything either. And they're not open to learn
They
anything, no
are
matter.
not open to learn anything. You
All
understand?
right. Kid you not. I heard one of their big presenter was passing on TikTok and hear one of their big famous presenters saying that him throw the garbage in the gully. Then me I say, if this man say him throw the garbage in the gully and all who up
When
on
I
the
say
platform,
when I say presenter, what you mean? Blogger or
blogger,
Yeah,
yeah.
black.
whoa.
And me I say, all of these nice speaking, people on the live still with him. And I'm saying nobody stop to correct him and say, when you litter and you throw rubbish in the garbage, in the gullies, that cause flooding, that
Don't
cause
trim.
malaria, that cause all type of sickness to come onto the Jamaican people and will destroy your home as well.
And not
And I'm
only that
saying nobody
neither.
not sensible enough to tell him that.
What about destroy the ecosystem?
Destroy the ecosystem.
And the
All right.
environmental.
I was on a
Somebody I
liver at
tell you.
live last night. I don't know.
Welcome the others
Couple
then.
come record. Yeah, good night
Respect
everybody.
Kashid. Yeah, man.
Pardon my
Good
man.
night.
I was on a liver at live last night and this liver, I don't know if you know him, named Marcia or something of his
Yeah,
sort.
man.
And she went ahead and started to explain
Tap up the screen, comrades. Tap up the screen. Keep the algorithm
the
going.
integrity commission report to the rest of our labor right followers.
Yes.
And the lady is likening the over 3,000 transactions to debit card transactions. She's telling you, oh, it's just like debit card transaction, or it's just like you paying your mortgage
Oh my
and a
God.
whole bag of stuff. I mean, I say, where in the report this lady get this idea from?
The bad man.
I means that she talk confident, like
Mhm.
she sure and others did I say, yeah, Miss Marcia, I true. Like me, I say,
Yes. That's a problem with labor
they did
rights.
a man.
And even when they try to sound intelligent, you say, it
Yeah,
But
comes
yeah,
like
she
them
well
a try
proper.
too hard.
but yeah, the beauty about it, Kashim, the damage already
Mhm.
done now.
It done.
Everybody knows Andrew
There
and
you
T.
go.
It done.
Thank you.
It
So
done.
you can correct something. Bruce Golding now say, even if you get monetary reward for a damage, it already done.
Me know that for a fact, and me know couple of labor right who are from Jamaica, when they are Jamaica right now. When me talk to them, I done me I hear them say they done it and join. Nah, but they
Yeah,
not
man.
go back to labor
It
right
done, man. So all
now.
Marcia want pretty
And
up.
I like couple of them are like couple months ago before the whole integrity and the whole saga them a come out. A couple months ago, one of them happy glad can MP, Liberate MP, councillor give him over 10 black jump. You remember when the black jump scandal when they go on and start about the black
Yes,
jump?
right.
A true.
And I lie,
Him
tell,
alone. Him
Ian tell
alone
you.
get 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, him alone get 10 of them.
Yes, Jomo, damage, man, him damage. So, yeah, what happening now? Let me tell you what a mistake, Kashif. You see, if them they try to take on the Integrity Commission at the time when we are read it out and I run with it, I don't know if it could have saved them, but they can't take on something we're gone already.
They now go want to take on it because you have to take on something where people who have sense can go
What we are
replace
waiting
it.
for again, you know? We are waiting for
Yeah.
when November 7 or December 7.
December 7 or 6, one of them.
One of them days that we are waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
December 6th.
December
Yeah.
6th. So she's pissing a fling out. And then we take it on again now.
It going to that show because I don't think the court will go down that slope. I don't think the court will go down that slope. It's a
No.
very slippery slope. A
Eh?
whole heap of backlash, a whole heap of things will go on, a whole heap of case go off it, go dig up back.
Of course. You understand? For
Down
what he
that
want to do, you know? He want the old bat and the baby everybody throat, you know, so it can save the others, you know.
Yeah, me know. I
You know
just
what
seven
me I
much of
wait
the
for?
same.
Let me tell you what happened. You see, after the court run him out and tell him, so go and go declare your asset, the ICA go drop the rest of them one, bam, bam, bam. And if you mind chat, the whole of them drop one time.
One
No.
time, Brooks, everybody get drug up one time. Mm. But when
Yes,
one them
Maureen.
drop it over.
One them drop everything one time. For the IC, you know what am I doing now? If I picture it and they drop the whole of them one time, the whole of them not tie up in the court now.
And that too much from the IC.
That's not too much on the IC. So IC now, I said, if the president setting on the throat, every one of them are going to stick, You notice why wife quiet? Quiet like a lamb.
She get a letter from the she get a letter for table and not
Mo-
table.
Get a really letter about table, about Wilmington. In
Yeah,
call, now she no answer.
she not indicate if she said she get it or not.
She don't indicate if she get it or not. But me I tell you, man, it don't look good though. A two type of
They look
Jamaica.
good. Me really like how them people are run Jamaica like a patty shop.
No, but they turn it into a mafia state. That's all. They
Yeah,
just
It's a
turn
them
it
mafia
to.
should
state,
not
of
run good.
course.
Yeah, they
Of
turn it
course.
to a mafia state. So basically, they're in control of everything. And because they are hijack the country, hijack the judicial system, hijack the police, hijack JDF, and everything just to cover their wrongdoings.
And look at it. Every step along the way pertaining to arrest the Prime Minister, him have it in him office.
Mhm.
Him have the Integrity Commission, him have the this, him have the that. Him try to do everything.
But yet, till him a parade all
But
over Jamaica.
actually, may I go through the FID Act. Me not in favor can do nothing. No, according to Section 6 of the FID Act, no government representative, not even if the finance minister can impede in the FID investigations. It's not legal, it's illegal if they try to do so.
Me agree,
Because of his credibility, he shouldn't
but
even be trusted with the government purse at all.
right, and
No,
not only that
nothing.
neither.
No
In the,
decision. He
the
should make
FID should
no
never
decision
fall under
making.
his regime. It
Yeah.
should be independent. It shouldn't fall under the office
Yes,
of the Prime Minister. That is subjected to interference.
yeah, man, definitely.
Boy, may I tell you, it's rough. Banana Republic we are running now. Banana Republic.
Man, may I tell you, nothing at all that we know and growing up could come know how it work when it pertains to government. It's nothing at all
But
doesn't work the same
here
anymore.
this man is selfish. Remember, say every country have them embassy down there, And remember, say they have to report back to their country. So how does Jamaica look, knowing when them I write them an email and I say the prime minister is doing this and this is happening and it don't look good.
Not at all. Not at all.
America fully aware of it, but America not gonna say nothing
No, they
until
can't. They won't get involved until what
yeah,
needs to
yeah.
be done. But I know just America.
Especially being that he's still the prime
Right, but what
minister.
I'm saying, baby, is not just American. People think it's just America. Remember, every country have an embassy there. The embassy reports back to their and also ambassadors throughout the. Believe me, no look good.
Why most people stick out upon America still because of them really I wouldn't say have the balls, but I want to say have the balls to do anything about it as an international leader.
As they talk about international, let's see what is happening in Haiti, Kashif.
Mm-hmm.
You see, said, and Bahamas get jittery and said, boy, if they
Farmers
want to leave, they
tell
leave,
them soldier themselves if you want to leave, no leave. No reprimand. We're not getting no reprimand feet.
I hear the thing. Hey, Trump,
The
Trump,
airport of the lock has
Trump,
gunshot
like
aboard plane.
hey, Trump is a racist. Let me tell you, you take a left for dead.
Why? That means they say they can't buy. But what me discover now, Kashif, the gangs of them come together now, Them gangster put them warring faction aside. You see, barbecue.
Barbecue joy. It's a big turmoil because they even fire the prime minister or a new man take over and everything gets sparing it. It's just chaos.
The Prime Minister will announce what they get fired already.
Yeah,
Yes.
they don't want to
They
install
fire him
it.
I want new one this to get me. I don't know if him install it, but him to get me
Lord
install.
God. But that one
Yeah.
another for 6 months yet.
Okay.
Mighty God.
The world in
You know
chaos.
what happened? I don't, but you know, well, I mean, I speculate still, but what could happen so the man? I guess he not agree to certain terms, I guess.
Barbecue. So, as far as me concerned, better them have find my seat around the table. He better than half him a seat around the table, man. In Kashif.
He better.
Because you can't.
But him explicitly say he don't want to be the leader of the country. What him explicitly said he want is for the foreigners to leave this country.
But me not understand him. But they never did one day I have
He
fight.
said
So what you want?
him want the mind of them have sweatshop kind of running the Guana at 18 because Ian's and some other company at 80 were run factory. Him talk about that. Him talk about the other investor in what come and take out them minerals and natural resources and them something they malik out from.
Oh, so I'm talking about the exploitation.
Yes.
But him can't say him no want the foreign investor because that create jobs.
Yeah, no, really. But another thing mean, I think that thing mean entirely, but it matter about the ones them that are there where are reap and the country not benefit.
And I give back nothing to benefit
Yeah,
the country.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exploiter.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So
But yeah,
I mean only your Trump not because I don't know, decide him not decide to put no American boots back for the people themselves.
I don't think he will. That man have no one nothing to do with. Anyway,
Listen, there is more to it than
so
it
much
being
more.
said.
Me just have, me not go say nothing. Let me keep my mouth shut.
That's why Mr. Me not speculate either.
Let me keep my mouth shut, yeah. There's
yeah.
so much more. Boy, this is our line of case. I got time. Hey, Howard, we better start. Ooh, no, sir. Dread.
But as I talk about God times, so in the worst case scenario now, Jamaica prepare for the onslaught of repatriation.
You mean deportation?
Mm-hmm.
How
No,
would you
Andrew, no
You know,
feel
I
say,
use that the strong. That's a very strong term.
if he say man,
You have to
Trump
use
a
a more
friend.
diplomatic term.
If he say man, Trump a friend, my way to up a hill. When they put him out of the office, don't be and a do.
But you know, I will get sent back in. Listen, those who will really get affected are the ones that want to get caught up with the law.
yeah, them first in line is
Because, yeah,
And here, so here,
because all your data get to them really and get to ICE is the same police officers are sharing your data.
no,
You
but
can get
everything is
caught
shared
up.
here. No,
No, and
everything is
every
shared.
police station share it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying. Yeah. So some police stations won't share. Some states won't share it. But in those states, you will have redneck officers, racist officers
you
who
find
go
a way for
beyond
All
the
right, but
police
here me
department
also
back and
find out.
still share your data.
Here now,
yes, yes.
here me see a video today say.
That you get
In your
uh,
record, where them feel say you're not supposed to there, they can come for you and send you home. They might revoke the citizenship and send you home.
No, that not go so.
that it
100%.
can't, no, that can't work. So
No,
that
they
will
did
come
that.
back. Listen,
They did that 2020. There was, we
No.
can tell you this. There was a guy that served in the
Citizen,
Marine.
citizen?
Yes,
listen.
100%. We can't send
Listen,
him
you
from
have
your
to
one.
understand when people out of status, you know.
Me not
You
know about
can't
that.
just see it
No,
because they know
I'm
see you're
saying,
legal in the
no,
country.
me not go run and down, but Mr. Tell, there's three incidents that happened. There was
Mm-hmm.
one man who was a doctor, okay? He was married to American citizen. He was serving the Marines, but he had a record.
Mm-hmm.
And 2020, Trump sent him home.
What was the crime?
It was something about what I'm saying. He was already a citizen.
Even if you're a citizen, listen, you need
Yes.
to understand this with America. Even if you are a citizen, if you commit certain offenses, you are liable for deportation, regardless of your citizenship. You're not a born American, you're
No.
a
You're
citizenship.
incorrect. You're incorrect.
All right?
Only Trump enforced those laws.
No.
I'm just telling you, if you're a citizen and you get caught for crime, right? You
Mm-hmm.
serve your time, but they don't
Mm-hmm.
automatically deport you. Under
And,
Trump, you'll be automatically be deported.
and I'm saying for certain heinous crimes, they can deport you.
It's very rare that it ever happened.
If you are a
No.
citizen by
Yeah, man.
naturalization.
Yeah, man. It can't be the truth. It says if you lie during the naturalization, you don't tell them everything, you join a military.
But that's revocation of the
Yeah,
citizenship.
that's
That's
revocation.
right.
So, and
I'm
well, I'm
talking
not
about
moving.
if you're naturalized. Just hear me out for a minute. If
Mm-hmm.
you're a naturalized citizen and you've been in this country paying taxes, and you're considered an American, right?
China,
I'm ever enforced in this country was under Trump.
yeah, but not talk about Trump no. Me a talk about what the law say.
Right, but that's
Paramilitary group, are you check national
yeah, all
security?
of that. Those are the questions they ask you when you go for your citizen
Right.
test.
Or if they run you out of the army dishonorably.
Dishonorable, and you did
Yeah.
something that would have affected the country. Yes.
Right. Or you commit a subversive act. So
Yes.
that is the only way. But it hardly happens still.
It's very. Listen, I've been in this country for 43 years, and I never happened until during Trump time. I know there was a doctor it happened to, and he had served in the military. After that crime it was during his teenage years. In fact, I can look them up and tell you how much of them did happen. And it was the guy cried like a baby, but I think Biden did bring him back because he was a veteran. And me see a video today, may I tell you, we said that's one of the things they're gonna really enforce. Even as a naturalized citizen, if you commit some type of crime and you are a citizen, them are gonna look for not just not revoke it, them are gonna deport you.
Yeah.
So
So
crazy.
as there are certain categories where naturalized citizens can get deported. Well, they can get denaturalized. And yeah,
Yeah.
oh, I'd list out most of them, but there's also human rights violations.
Yeah, those type of things, then of course. But I'm talking about the type of things that Trump is saying that he's going to deport people for. That those things are not enforced in this country.
That situation might can be tricky. He can be a citizen, but he's legally has the right to be a citizen, but he's out of status. He probably didn't file something
No,
or
man, no.
something was missing and Trump took that loophole. But I mean, he can I probably just get caught up in the trap. I mean, I think that was a direct deliberate
No,
deliberately
honey,
done.
listen. Let me tell you the process works. Once you become a citizen, you're here for 5 years, and you go for you apply for your citizenship, pay your application fees, and you go for your citizenship. You become a naturalized citizen of the U.S. Okay. The only way they don't give it to you unless there's something, because for example, I'm self-employed. There was one time when I had initially applied, they didn't give it to me because I didn't file my tax 1 year. I had to get it filed.
I
One of
understand
the
how it
things,
works. I understand how it works. I just was a little I misunderstood it a little bit when it comes to the naturalization and deportation, basically.
okay.
Yeah. I live
Mm-mm.
here in the States, Susie.
Now, whether you live here or
Yeah.
not, there's a lot of people that live here that still misconstrues the concept of the policies here.
Yeah, the line of work that I do sometimes have to double that.
Is a notary public, Susie?
I am.
Realize.
You can
But
do
what
notary over video? Sorry.
I am certified for that. I just have not. I am certified for that.
Okay.
I just have not.
Money definitely. So I heard. I know somebody who
them
do.
I
can
well,
charge. They can charge. And
yeah,
then
no. You have to unless you. It's really $10 per signature, So you can come in without. I don't charge people. I just do it as a service because
What
Susie, yeah,
most
people
people do,
earn
they do
decent living.
additional charges. So
At $10
if one may
per
come
page.
to you, your fee,
yeah,
you have to pay for
$10 per page. It's
mileage.
also a business. You could
That's
run
what
it.
me I make you know.
No,
$10
I
per
know, I
page.
know, I know, I know. I'm too busy. Like,
Oh, for what day I make up more than 5 page for stamp. And have $50 I have to pay.
yeah, no, it is a lot of
And when
money.
men don't get Philly last year, I couldn't find nobody. I want mobile one, me find and enjoy
I
it.
need all right. So even those mobile one can become
So
a business.
Kashiv, which
Mm.
People
part of
make
Philly?
6 figure from doing that.
What part
Which
of
part
Philly
of
you
it?
did? Not Philly?
Not Philly. Yeah, I live at University City.
Oh.
Affiliated to Howard.
Me the down there one there. Down the tough man, I'm afraid I down there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like nowhere
I
north
live
anymore.
on Howard Avenue. But for Haverford Avenue, I want to live on North New York, Haverford.
So
Mm.
you don't know Howard?
Jaja.
Okay.
Philly tough, man. Philly come like Jamaica.
Wait there, Alfredo?
I know I prefer Philly over New York.
In a sense, to some extent.
Yeah, me prefer Philly.
You understand? But
You know, probably true when me just come America, just so me live for a while.
yeah,
So I probably that's why.
gunshot ring out night and day.
I
Yeah,
don't
man,
like
gunshot to
nowhere
kill
not
you.
anymore. I grew up in New
One
York City.
shot.
I will never go to New York.
New York nice now, Susie, compared
No, me
to.
not go back. Me not go back. Me left that New York 1992 and me not go
Me
back there.
said, oh,
But
you
I New
left
York
that
a
New York.
better place. A long time you live.
You left New York when New York the name New York a kick up. New York quiet now, man. Rudy Giuliani fix New York. Even though do nothing good, and that thing do.
But look at when you Giuliani come out. The open governor after that
No,
was
man,
good.
you know, listen what me I
Yeah,
said to
man,
you.
from that moving forward, the
Yeah,
thing
no,
just get
I
worse.
know that. I know that.
Mm.
New York did
Yeah.
bad back then, and at the Jamaica, them they make it
When
back. They
when
show up
you
and see, and the
when
blood and the bloods, and I
you
grew up
you
in New
all
York when
right.
New York did bad.
So
Okay.
boy, you know, listen what me I said to you. Me I said when Juliana come there fix.
Yeah. But
When
me,
you left there, you know, New York dead like Philly, you know. Or worse, you know.
but listen, you see, I like 80s
Yeah.
in a flatbush. Dude. Hey, Howard, you think a New Kingston?
I
It's
live
a,
right there, mash up New York, you know.
yes, I saw a pass in Mash up New York,
Mm.
and then it's a come and start fight the Bloods. And listen,
Mhm.
I will live things as well. Listen, remember me tell you this. Every dance you go to New York, make sure you know say a pay check out to go and mash up every party you go. In the 80s. Pay check out,
Mhm.
you know.
Turn on your TV, there, Susie.
Me don't watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if we jump back on his politics,
Yeah,
because
man, we
But
go back on the
me
politics,
go watch,
man.
me can't watch none of them listening right now. My brain get crazy.
Yeah, man. So,
We pass a job in the Howard in the country.
yeah, a nice place, nice country, man. Country better.
We figure say country there.
Yeah,
and
Savannah.
cheaper rent.
Savannah
Yeah.
is beautiful. I like Savannah, but I don't like Georgia.
Atlanta,
No,
Georgia.
I don't like the laws in Georgia.
you don't like Atlanta, I mean.
Yeah, my
At,
family a lot of my family live in Stone Mountain.
Atlanta rough, you know.
Yeah, my son was there and I've
I
been there.
city them, man.
From
I
left I went
city
to
them, they
North
have
Carolina.
rough.
Anyway, city there, may I tell you, Kashi,
They
rough.
have rough, man.
Anyway, city there, rough.
I love Florida though.
Yeah, I know you alone, me too. The same. I
I
like,
love
I like Donald Trump place, West Palm.
yeah, all of this area. Anywhere in South Florida I like. I live in Hollywood, but I like because I'm close to the airport and stuff. So when I go, me just jump on it, Uber, leave my car, come back. You know,
I lie. And sometimes I got me dead. Sometimes I go to Florida. I have to sleep at the airport. Me can't stop at the yard.
of course.
Sometimes I at the airport and
10
till the
minutes
flight
from the
left.
airport.
Me have to be there from 12 o'clock till 8 o'clock the next morning.
And that's what I love. So when I go to Jamaica, you know, me just jump on it, take a Uber and go right at the airport. 1 hour, me there Jamaica.
Man, I like the foot. They're too far from the airport either. When I
And I
live
love
at
that I'm
Philly,
close
man,
to
they're like
Jamaica.
25 minutes away from the airport. But yes or no? Far.
And I love that I'm close to Jamaica. Love it. 1 hour, me there home. One
I know
hour,
1 hour and 25 minutes.
sometimes. It depends.
Sometimes, oh, my yeah, big pilot, them will run the plane. I me like pilot, you know.
What?
Yeah,
Sometimes I
man,
shoot it, man.
me like when
Shoot.
they shot it, man.
What? I tell you, man. You imply that I shoot it. Me I say back foot.
Why don't we ever get back to Jamaica the way we want so we can go home, master?
No, man, that's our problem, you know. That's our problem, Susie. Trust me. People like all you know, I work for 40 years. You don't like to come back home and say, what me can do to contribute to my country? You know, you have a little full farm, you employ 1, 2, or 3 person, and you sell up for them to best dress. And and can you imagine if everybody come home, take on 2 and 3 person? But they might kill you and take away feed them and take away phone. That's the thing, you know.
Rough.
Rough. You
But
build your, you
keep
build
up
your
the
own
fight,
house. You build your own
ensure.
house. You have to pay extortion to build your own house. Man, come and tap beside. You know. And it me not see no way it a go get better. Because look at it over the weekend. The police them unalive 3 youth. And it was cold blooded. And them never know so one camera there.
Beer that a go. And
Eh?
that's why they don't want to wear the body cam.
They never know so one camera there will catch them. If you see the commissioner lock them up and normally that not happen, a DPP rule. Whether or not them be charge. Eh?
See, so that they get
When all of them there's something that no happen, Kashiv. Or you tell the ghetto youth them to have justice and believe in the system when that you do.
exactly.
Eh? I have a minister of national security and endorse it and I encourage them. Well, see them there now, get locked up. Them supposed to sorry and regret what them are doing. I bet the message sent across the island. And say,
That
boy,
message been sent a long time.
eh? Nobody now back them, but do the thing when the last if you do. Eh?
And them things they want to keep up, man. That's why they don't want to wear the body camera. And then they have a minister of security with agree
Hmm?
with them and come with stories.
No, you cannot do that. You cannot do that, man. You cannot do that. Remember, you need the community to cooperate with you, And when time you're gonna take them out and you're gonna analyze them innocently and put things on them. Eh? When you hear all on the spot, and you know say my one that evil. When you hear my say boy, squaddy, if I that to not do it wrong. Susie, me know it rough, man. You know it rough, boy. For over here, say biz, Over here, biz.
Work and bills.
You understand? Because Kashif can tell you no matter how the old,
Me
no matter how,
semi-retired, so me just tell people, say, listen, I, me
no
work
matter
for
how,
long, you know.
no matter how the old soul over here and broke down. You have to pay the landlord, they say can't stay in there.
Especially in a New York.
Yeah, man. No matter how old and broke down and a pat down,
Can't
I
be
know,
able to build in the New
you know,
York.
say landlord no like fix no way. You have to pay them.
Yeah, that's one of the problem what I have with some of my people. Me tell them, say, me don't like work with them if they don't
and that
like
and
fixing
that
place.
and that's the problem will go on in New York,
But
because
Philly and New
the
York,
city I try to change
No,
pass
remember,
all
you know.
law for
Remember Philly all, Philly are the second state in America,
Yeah, man, Philly all over,
So
man.
Philly all, I remember Philly type of house, you
New
can
York too,
But Philly
Remember,
they on a building, hard, cause other day before me left I
Philly they
one
pan a
weekend
rebuilding,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, man,
Them a
there's
tear down,
money
them
for
a tear down.
construction I go on.
Yes. For the building all, real all.
And Philly rent more reasonable to me.
By far, man. You can't get 3 bedroom at Philly for 1,200,
Nice modern apartment.
Nice
Stainless
modern
steel.
apartment. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just in the woods of Philly, like North Street and South Street. I just there so. And I want to tell you, you have just like they know
The police
you
them
still
take
have
time I take back the passports them hard, car. When me there Philly, and by living there, did they when know a whole heap of big people, and them a tell me say this a street here was one of the terriblest streets in a Philly at one time. I take the police and take time I take back the place.
yeah, and it's a go worse
But
than
but the thing now, the bad part of it now, them a gentrify the place. So all of the new building them where you see a build up and white people are moving at them.
Oh, so in other words now, but it's a go worse then so you concentrate the black in one place.
Yes.
So the enemy them will buck up some point in time and then the eruption start all again. For normally when a man they are north and one they are south.
Howard, I always say in the US, in real estate they use to segregate the people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Remember, there was a big thing in a Compton, in California, when they used to when black people just start buy house in America until them start redline. I forgot the term what they use. There was a term that was used. The realtors and all of them in the real estate
Oh,
industry down there. They used to,
it's called redlining.
yes.
when they raise it up to prevent it from buy it.
I'm a real estate agent.
So
Yes.
them yeah, so then jack up the price. to prevent you
Yeah,
from
yeah,
buying.
yeah.
Right. They all right. So it's several things. They either jack up the price or they steer you. It's also steering and redlining. They will steer you only in certain areas. So say for instance, me and you, Howard, right?
Yeah. So what about try downtown Philly? Down there's fast rising, nice developments in near school, and your kids can go and so them pinted down the so and go on the so.
Because he knows I don't say the black people them
Right.
concentrated.
Yes.
Yeah, he not so bad because you know
And,
it's a
and
nice
not just the
neighborhood.
rental, also in the purchases and also in the mortgages.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Mm-mm.
Racism,
Mm-hmm.
systemic racism is bad in America.
Right.
That
Like right now in Florida, let me tell you what happened.
that is the word. Systematic racism.
The matter, you know what we see happen, Howard?
Yeah.
In Florida, they used to only increase the property tax maybe every year. Every November, the tax is raised to like maybe an extra 500,000. The last 2 years since COVID are the highest we see them raise property taxes. And mainly in a like Fort Lauderdale area with predominantly black people, the tax them double.
Mm-hmm.
This month people call me and say, Susan, my tax went from 6,000 to 8,000.
Well, I know property tax 8,000.
12
So tell me something now. How you have paid that amount of money for property tax
plus your mortgage.
plus a mortgage?
All
And the
right.
insurance have increased because of all
You
the
know why that happened, Howard?
So how
Yes,
you
I never
survive
know
now?
why.
How you pay the mortgage
Yes,
on
I
that
never
now?
know why.
That's
Tell me
what
why
people
that
do
happened.
work. All right. So what
You might
most
force if you
people
sell it.
1 second, baby. What
No.
most people have to do right now in Florida is convert their garage, like convert
Florida
garage and rent it as an efficiency. And
not
that
have
everybody
no
have to do.
income tax.
I rent it out in a
So
furniture.
that's the problem. No income tax, so you
Oh,
rely on other taxes.
so Susie,
Mm-hmm.
6 and 1.5 dozen of the other man, but you get the man, you're not paying the income tax.
Who me?
Yeah.
Meaning
Then they have to pay it back somewhere, man.
I'm self-employed, I have a lot of write-offs.
You understand?
Well, you have a good.
You're not paying the income tax, you have to pay some form of tax.
Yeah, and that with the state
You
gonna
pay
have no
Social
income
Security though.
tax.
You're paying for
So
Social
then
Security.
tax.
That is a benefit. Me not see that as a tax. And you have a benefit in the long run.
Right, well, tell Trump that. Because Trump,
That's it.
oh, you're going to revoke Social Security people how much money, you know what money paying us?
No, we're not talking about that. That itself is not a tax.
I
Anything
know,
at
but
all
what
where
I'm
you benefit
saying
from.
is,
It's a
We
statutory
yeah.
deduction.
You see, like how we have our own social security, which is NIS, that is not a tax. So you all get it back.
Yeah, statutory
right, but
deduction.
what I'm saying to you, here's a Trump on chop it, they can put MP money on chopping block. You remind me how Andrew take the one of NHD money and use it.
Mm-hmm.
What?
You never know, say Florida don't have no income tax, man.
And Jamaica, I'm coming from, so
So
you
that
can't
that
rough out.
that sweet you as a renter then, man.
Yeah, it's good.
If you
And the other thing is, all right, so what people are doing now is, and when I sell people house, I encourage them, try to buy a house with a garage. Take the garage and convert it to apartment, so you can have get $1,000 or $1,200 a month. So and that's what most people I do that make them do now.
so when am I going at the when am I going at it as a house? Them have to lift up garage door and then put a door aside.
No, you put a door on the
Yeah,
side.
that's changed out
You
it
don't you
already.
don't remove the garage door. You put a sheetrock behind the door, insulate it, and you make an apartment.
Oh,
Wow. So and then where them park now? On the roadside.
No, and most people have parking space. That's one thing down here, in Florida. You have a lot of parking space.
Oh.
90% of homes here have their own parking.
Then Susie, I will pay so much money for staying on one car porch.
People pay it. It goes anywhere from
people pay.
it goes from 900. All right, let me ask you something. If you go to an apartment building right now, like some most of them new buildings, we say a below Pronessa, right? A one bedroom at $2,500, and you alone in no woman, and you
Susie
can
stop
get
that madness for 2,500 for one bedroom.
and that
Live a,
down here.
Ca- a Cal- live a California there.
Wait no. And you can get somebody who convert and garage really nice, make look
You
like
know
a
what I'm
nice
saying?
pretty
You know what I'm saying,
apartment. Wait
Mado?
no. And you can get and you can pay 1,000 instead of 25. Which one you gonna take on you single? Eh? Which one you gonna take a what?
Eh?
You're gonna pay 2,500 for a new pretty apartment, and when you can't live and save $1,500 a month,
Me say you have the new apartment in the 2500. California, you there?
100%. I could send them all to you.
You got
Studio,
better let me New York for sure.
no studio right now in Hollywood. Me can send them to no studio. I rent for 2,400 and
No,
2,550.
sir. You know what me do? You know what me discover, Susie? What have you the daily building on a Fort Lauderdale downtown? The one of them a fix up.
No, I don't think you can't go downtown again. You know what they did? This is why the seniors are moving from Florida. Why? Because they can't afford. They make it unaffordable. So what they might do is try to change the demographics of Florida. They might try attract young professionals, high skilled young professionals. So
So what am I doing? What am I doing now? I turn the business space in an apartment.
listen, I pay high rise. This area used to come downtown, and all the down there was just a museum. Go down
Yeah.
to Los Olos right now. I must about 50 to if no more high rise building down there. And the whole of them the apartment they rent. Most of the young professionals like doctors, lawyers, or them are there on internship. Right now tonight if you go down there at Los Olos, see crowded, pay young mixed black, Spanish, white kids.
Wow.
Yes.
So, but one time gone,
Florida change, man. Me I tell you, Florida change drastically.
one time gone, when you go down there, you just see the derelict building and close
And pay
down and with
homeless people.
graffiti and
I
pay
used to be
homeless
pay
people.
homeless people, not anymore.
Wow. So what about
But
down
the
at
homeless
Sunrise,
people
the
them
swap
there.
shop there? Down at swap shop there? Down there so developed too?
Not yet, but around it. Like, all right, you see, wait, then, all right, Dana, when me live, me never really like it so, but because me want the close by the airport, I was traveling so much.
Dana
And
Beach
right
you
now
live?
at Dana Beach, right? Dana Beach only mainly black American people there, so.
Yeah.
Right now, forget an apartment at Dana Beach. A studio at 2,500.
Mm-mm.
And what them do, them build round it. I mean, if you ever remember, Dirt, you come off of Sterling there, so. Right
Yeah.
now, when you come off of Sterling right now, they build one area called Dania Point. And all is there, Nike store, Nike everything. And then them build up, what's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 8 to 10 high-rise complex, about 10, 20 stories. Everything around the building there. 20, minimum 2,500 to get in any one of them building. And they want three-way most of the time. Up on US 1, going up in a day. Everything built up, PRI.
So the whole of now Martin Luther King Boulevard, that's a build up too.
On which city though?
Same Fort Lauderdale.
In
Same place
Tamarack? What side? What side? On the Tamarack side or on the like the Broward side? Like
Broward.
yeah man, the whole of down I said the whole of La Solas, the whole of going from Broward Boulevard out a PRIs.
Mm-mm.
Product
Wow.
change. And you know what they did? 95 don't have 6 lanes on each side.
Yeah, me see them always a widen the lane them.
6 on each side, so 95 at 12 lane.
Wow.
It's crazy. And it's still crowded.
Mm-mm. Swap shop still there though.
Hey man, it's still there.
The man there what there now.
Them sell it out and look like somebody must have got turned it into something else.
Now apartment or commercial complex.
Me not too sure. Me never really investigate and find.
What me not like though, most of the mom and pop store them closed down. You know? Most of the mom and pop family owned stores them. You don't really see them down there again. But me like Florida man, but it get expensive, Susie.
Very, very expensive. Very, very, very expensive.
So all I want run from California and I come down there, it make no sense then.
Yeah, because it's around the same price now.
You know, it's a cause to make it impress them about.
But you know who do it? The governor we have. I think what they're trying to do strategically get rid of black people from out of Florida. And I say that why I say that. If you not even art, you see all of Kendall, Miami and them places,
Yeah.
no black people can rent down this so. Or buy down this so. They make it so expensive. Even art. We have a couple right now. Where between him and his wife, they might make about 120. Right?
For the month or for the year?
For the year. And only because them 2 car payment, the most they can qualify is about 295, and that can't even buy a condo down here.
Oh my God. Mm-mm.
Now, if you go further north, past West Palm Beach, like so, other couple that I'm helping this week, them get a 4-3 in a Palm Bay, which is right 2.5 hours from Fort Lauderdale. 4 piers is affordable still. Sebastian, Vero Beach, you can probably still find a 4-bedroom up in the area for about 390. But again, it's 2.5 hours away from airport and everything else.
So Susie, when you get an apartment, how much them the money there? How much you get? How much the bank give you?
It's 30-year fixed.
And no matter what age you get it at.
No, sir. I mean, I think the cap maybe 80 up here, but you can pay it off. I tell everybody, you pay off the easiest way to pay off your mortgage is pay one extra payment a year. So say if you work at a job where you can pay overtime, pay an extra $100 every month in a principal. You can reduce your mortgage about 12 years.
So what about if you go places at the outskirts of Fort Lauderdale? It's much cheaper, right?
Yes, that's what I would say, like Palm Bay, Lee Acres, Sebastian, Fort Paper. Again, it's 2 hours. So if I travel,
What about down at Sunrise at the Jamaican then there? You understand value?
wow, you can't buy them places again.
About 80,000 for one of them also.
Where? Not even studio condo you can get for 80 again. Seriously. I mean, you can probably get something in the 55 and older communities, and then it's a condo. When you buy the condo now, you have to pay so much money for the condo fee. Them I think is all that to me is ridiculous.
Yeah. Out of homeowners pay a condo fee, and it's cheaper.
HOA fee is cheaper. So I always say if you're over 50, go in a 55 and older community. Because then the fees for those is usually under 200 on the average.
And the $200 a month?
Yes, if you do 55 and older.
Oh my God.
So usually Margate, Tamarack are 55 and older communities. And some parts of Plantation. But I mean, Florida is becoming unaffordable.
And a few people from Cali and them expensive places, Texas.
And New York, during COVID, everybody from New York sell everything and come buy cash. And that's what drive the market.
Oh, and it not go down back from that.
It will never go back down, supply and demand.
So the hurricane now serve as a deterrent and say, boy, me pack up, me can't manage this thing here.
No, but even myself, hurricane is not a deterrent. Hurricane is a natural disaster. Everybody have insurance, and they know say if something damaged either FEMA or the insurance I go cover it. Me not worry about hurricane. I still love Florida.
But the insurance company never pull out, for farmers pull out and couple others are pull out.
Long time, but you still have citizens who citizens don't backed by the government, so them carry most of the policies.
Oh, so citizens they tell our government insurance.
Right, it's kind of they back them for certain things. So them like it's like how you'd have a private mortgage insurance. There's certain aspects of it they cover. So and them get incentive from the government to maintain certain policies.
Wow. Jay, suppose I come on a little more.
So, what people they probably think why they're not coming out of the box? Or maybe we stop talk real estate and always we think some people that.
No man, that's wrap up time, man. For Jay, come on,
Okay. Also, you've been on for a little while. I know. I book. I mean, they come from, and I'm just sit on my area. I'm just saying.
No, I'm there from 7 o'clock. Independent night shift, So what we do, we alternate in terms of hold the line, because we have to keep the message going and keep it out there.
Yeah, madam. Please don't keep the IC report going, because sometimes I'm not busy. I can come on, but like this week, they can have some fire. Sometimes it's a lot of problems.
Right. Yeah, man. Jay, come on, man.
Yeah,
so in hold the line, till about 1 o'clock. Say he might go back to work tomorrow in the afternoon. So, Him hold it from about 12 till he work from about 12 to 8 or 12 to 9.
When election call, you go vote?
Of course, you have to be there. You know, easy, Susie. We have to. You understand? And you want to change the constitution, you know. And you want to say, like, if we over here, are we a resident over here, we will stay, so we don't have to come back out.
I know, listen, you know, so then give you a hard time when you go to a Montego Bay. Me say they can't give me head to hell. But me, you know, so they I see them give some Jamaican people a hard time. One lady cried down the other day. Boy, I mean, tell they give Jamaican people them hard time at the airport still, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But why is that?
I don't know. Maybe that's how our system set out. But sooner or later, you know, Susie, artificial intelligence will replace all of that.
Mm.
You have no immigration officer. You just go through the gate and you put your book underneath it and it stamp you. And if the book automatically, it never good enough. But when an immigration officer will look by you and give a personal interview and say, why you stay so long? When they program in the system and you have to come over here for a visitor visa, you do 3 months. Then the program it automatically send it back. Some country already have that, you know.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. In Europe, I think Italy have it. When you go through for them airport, you have the immigration officer for come through.
But you know, see, I was seeing this video on the countries that hate black people or don't welcome black people. Italy was on the list. Italy, Greece,
Israel,
Dubai. I was like, wow. You
yeah,
saw the
man.
list?
Japan. Besides,
Japan. I was shocked about Japan.
I wouldn't surprise about Japan, no. I was not. By virtue of seeing they have a aging population, you know clearly that they shut out foreigner.
Say most Japanese, you know, too much Japanese they find in US either. They stay in them country.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they shut out the whole thing.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
So Dre's gonna come on now?
Yeah, man. You're gonna come on. So I'm gonna wrap up now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just please. Well, let me tell you about the video. If you can do that, that would be so.
Yeah, man. We're gonna focus on it in terms of when him say more fix crime
Mm-hmm.
and I think one of them did actually splice already. When my blame him never put the PMP is him, but he was blaming no, I wouldn't use the word blame. He was downplaying and I say, boy, crime are really tough, you know. And we should not play politics with it. And it's a everybody issue, you know. But I'm gonna get the other part now when him start to blame the PMPism and put in the part because the down part when him have tried to downplay it, and I say we shouldn't use crime as a political tool. But you have to use it because him did use it. And I said fix it. And if you want to sleep with the window and door open, vote for the PMP. And you can't tell me nothing. You know, so it's a serious cause of concern. But that's one of the number one impediment that preventing a lot of Jamaicans from coming home. You understand? For based off of them the money the way you attack a while ago, Susie. 2,500 US. You could get a nice house at Cherry Garden and a pay mortgage fee and still save $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want me to say to you?
Yeah.
You could get a nice house at Cherry Garden and still save $1,000.
All right, remember Jamaican people never really used so big pan of mortgages and stuff like that. But the push for them to have so much people in mortgages, I don't know. It's really interesting to me.
Well,
why is there's a push for so many of these young people we tie up in these loans? And that was never used to be a thing for Jamaican people.
I know tie up in these loans, you know, is the most affordable home. 2-bedroom a bill right now at 18 million and that is the most affordable. So that is the whole thing. So it's a tie up.
But remember, our ancestors never really used to pay mortgages.
Who said you're gone so far? What you
No,
mean by
me
ancestry?
just never understand the concept of that. No, like them pushing my, like to me, the NHD, when I read the article, Andrew close it down and I push people to go apply for mortgages through
NCB.
NCB. I think
Right.
that was wrong. Why
I
not?
wouldn't use the word say close it down. It's not closed down, but what has happened is they don't have any money. Because
Right, but they was privatizing it because again,
no,
they
no,
had
no,
intention for the money. Don't you think that
no,
he had planned for the NHD money?
no, I wouldn't use the word privatizing. The NHD is broke.
Right,
No
so
money.
that means they use the money for
Use it
something
in a,
else.
yeah, they use it in a consolidated fund. Use NHD money towards the
I
budget.
was investing it and use the money I invested in
Yeah.
and I take losses.
Right. So I wasn't just not have no money now for build nothing. So when you check and start now, so that's why I went and I owe you. But through them not have the whole pack cash again for observe. So when time people now pay their mortgage, just like existing mortgage like me and you. Me have what, about 3 years left. Me get 25 years, me gone 22 already. Could have done pay. Yeah, man, could have done pay feet already, but it never you in a hurry to pay off your house. Because
Yeah, no, we have a lot. My grandmother left us a lot
if
of
you pay
land.
off your house, remember that is the day when they stop paying, and that is when the house the insurance up.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of land that was passed down. So
Right.
no, yeah.
And there's no reward to hurry up and pay for your house. If you don't pay for it in the first 10 years, there's no reward for hurry up and pay for it after, because that is where you pay all
You
interest.
have an NHD loan.
Yes, for whoever
Oh,
NHD
okay.
loan,
Uh,
when you pay off that loan, you pay it off within the first 10 years, all interest rate.
wow.
Yeah.
And all that changed.
Yeah. So if you say you're gonna hurry up and pay for your house and you don't pay for it within the first 10 years, it don't make no sense. Because you're not pay down nothing. All you're gonna pay down are the principal, for you already pay out the interest rate already.
So why did they change that concept of the NHD?
It not change. I just see Andrew going out and take out the money. Can you
So,
imagine?
but the article said that NHD is not charity, and when I read it, it was saying that the people them have to go apply for regular mortgage.
I would say NHT is a charity. NHT is more like, and I wouldn't say non-profit either.
Right,
I
we
would
know
use
what
the
it
word
is, but what I'm
NHT.
saying, him just do a
NHT,
reverse. Him there use reverse psychology.
yeah, it's not a charity neither, because NHT is there to make profit, because they invest all of those contributions, so that therefore, that's why when you get your return every 7 years, you get a little interest on it, right? NHT is more of a revolving scheme that is earmarked, that keeping use your money and build houses so other person can get, and then that person work or contribute to it, and then that's how it go round
Then
and round and
when
round.
it's their turn.
Right. So it is not a not for profit, and it is not a bank. It is a revolving scheme earmarked only for the purpose of making affordable house.
But when he had said that, what I'm saying to you, he was not saying it for the good of the people. He was just saying it because Ima and Nigel, they have planned to take the money to go do what they want to do.
Precisely. Anyway, Auntie Susie, 10 o'clock now.
Yes, boss.
But thanks again for your participation. Thanks again for those.
Yeah, man, me just pass through whenever I can,
So we have to keep the fire burning.
Yes, please. I do my best because like I said, I'm with sometimes